I would break the cycle and the loop of being worn out, of being exhausted, and being so tired that it starts to come between you and your family. Maybe you don't say it. Maybe you don't say dad's too tired right now. Hmm. But you sure grab that extra moment on the couch. You sure end up holding your phone in your hands, wondering how you got here, why you picked it up in the first place, why you're on social media in the name of dad needs to rest for a moment. And then ending that feeling far worse, more tired, more frustrated, more irritated, more disconnected for sure from your kids. You put the kids down, get to the time, the only time of the day that you get with your wife one on one, and the two of you are also exhausted. And instead of connecting, yeah, you talk about stuff, you talk about your day, but you watch something else while you're doing it. I'm about to walk you through how we break the cycle of the exhaustion and the distraction. The I just need to rest. The phone mood, all of it in real time. And yes, they are linked. And in classic form, I'm going to start with a story. Long time ago, in a land not so far from here, lived a woman named Ahalia. Now, Ahalia was no mere woman. She was the jewel of creation, the most beautiful, most virtuous of all God's creations. All the devas, the asuras, all the essentially the gods. If you're familiar with Norse mythology, it's like the good guys and the bad guys. The Greeks, it's like the Olympians and the Titans. All of them desired her. Indra, the king of the gods, took particular interest in her. He studied her movements and those of her husband, who was a great sage in the land. And one day, while her husband was in his daily rituals, his daily purifications, Indra snuck into their home. He disguised himself as her husband, and he demanded that Ahalia make love to him. Ahalia, the most beautiful in all of creation and the most virtuous, was not deceived, but she was flattered. The king of the gods wanted her. Mm. And against her better judgment, she gave in, and they made love. Afterwards, the remorse set in, and she commanded Indra to leave. It was that moment that the sage returned home and cursed them. May your body, the strength of which is the cause of your impudence, be covered by that which you seek. And furthermore, may you lose what is needed to unite with it. Thus was Indra, the king of the gods, cursed to Sahashastra Yoni. It's hard to say that. Covered in 1,000 vulvas for the rest of time without the ability to unite with them. Imagine walking around like that. Through, or though allowing himself and deceiving his way into indulging his impulses. Through allowing himself and deceiving his way into indulging his impulses, he loses the ability to derive any fulfillment from them whatsoever. Through having exactly what he desired, exactly what he lusted for, well, he loses everything. He's given that thing that he desired, but no more ability to unite with it, no more ability to enjoy it, and to wear this outwardly for every person to see. This isn't a story about Indra, though. You know this already. If you've been listening to me, it's a story about you, and it's a story about me. It's a story about your children if you don't show them the way. And outwardly, it's a story about sex, but it isn't even a story about that. It's not even about pornography. It's about our inability to manage our own impulses, becoming a slave to them, and then being cut off from the ability to even feel anything from immersing ourselves in them. Where does this happen in your life? Where you carried away by the impulse of lusting after something. And this isn't just porn. You can lust. It's an uncontrollable desire, a need to fulfill it. after food, after caffeine, after money, after buying things, after more work, after hardcore workouts, after adrenaline based high intensity activities, skateboarding, BMXing, motocross, combat sports, riding a motorcycle way too fast, video games, where are you carried away by the desire? Where do you lose control and immerse yourself in it, and then you're left feeling unfulfilled? All of those things sound like, oh, there's no way that happens to me. I got kids. But it's that moment when you realize, I've been scrolling for 45 minutes. I told my son I was too tired, I needed to rest. And nothing feels good on here anymore. How did I get here? We feel more tired, more irritated, more frustrated, more distracted, more disconnected, more distant from our wife, from our kids than ever before. The more we immerse ourselves in cheap pleasures, the less real pleasure we experience, the less we're fulfilled by the good things in life. Our wife, our kids, everything that we actually do have in this moment, right here, right now. It steals our fire, leaving us less driven to do the work necessary to show up as the man, the husband, and the leader that they need and deserve, and people that you serve outside your family need from you too. And more driven to seek the cheap hits of real good pleasure. Call this the Indra trap. And if we don't get a hold of it, well, it will come between you and your wife. It will come between you and your kids. And your kids will have to get a hold of it, because the dragons we don't face, they come to our village, they set it on fire. The demons we don't face, they love your wife and they raise your children. With the advent of high-speed internet and smartphones and hardcore internet pornography and the hyper-scheduled, hyper-busy, you always have to be doing something, you have to perform so you can get into college life, all this stuff has happened in just my lifetime. I can't imagine what our kids are going to be up against. And I owe it to them to show them something different. To hone that self-discipline and control. And two, to show them a different story of fatherhood, that yes, sometimes I'm tired, but I'm here. I'm all in. And you know what? Fatherhood is amazing. And I have the energy for it. And I want to play with you. And I can. And I can get down on the floor with you after putting my phone down and be all in. Not be anywhere else. This isn't about being tired. It's not about just being distracted. This is about dopamine, guys. The tired dad syndrome, zombie dad, all of it. Unknowingly, we're dope fiends. It's a big reason for what we might call ADHD, and a lot of people as well. You look at the book The Boy Crisis, Warren Farrell, half of that book is about this. Dopamine doesn't work the way that most of us think it does. We're going to get hit of it just because it's pleasure. Dopamine makes us want. It fuels pursuit. Dopamine actually sharpens our focus. It makes us want to go get it. And when it's working, we feel motivated and clear and full of energy, drive. But when it's off, we feel flat. We feel unmotivated. We get easily distracted. We're fucking tired. We're the meme of the tired dad. Oh, parenthood or kids are so tiring. I'm so exhausted. The real problem isn't dopamine per se. It's that we're riding this dopamine roller coaster. Since our childhood, since our parents put us in front of flashing lights and toys that make all these cool sounds and gave us Cheerios instead of some eggs. We were like, oh, that sugar's really good. And then we also picked up their habits. We're on this roller coaster of dopamine spikes and crashes. And modern life gives us so many unnatural, high-intensity pleasures, dopamine spikes. This is the danger of a world and a life of decadence, which is why I try as much as I can to live the opposite, to be a part of nature, to be cold when it's cold, and be warm when it's warm, and do things that are uncomfortable. This is scrolling on your phone. This is pornography. That's the biggest one. That was one of the biggest ones for me that I struggled with. This is junk food. Oh, yeah, it's just a chocolate pretzel, whatever. It's my guilty pleasure. This is caffeine. How much coffee do you actually need, really? You know, caffeine jams your adenosine receptors. You're exhausted, but it makes you unable to feel it. And so you just dig that hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And you get that caffeine, you get that hit of like, oh, this feels good. You're on borrowed energy, borrowed time. Digging a well that leads you nowhere. Endless novelty. You can look at more destinations in 1 minute on here than your ancestors could see in an entire lifetime. Not just destinations and locations, but things. Sexual partners. Notifications always bing, 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 calling your focus and your attention. And it feels good when you get one. Oh, that's me. Spending money. You can buy something on Amazon and have Christmas every single day. And you can look at that cart and be like, yeah, I really wanted that thing. I'm buying this thing for my wife, so I'm going to throw mine in too. All of these things spike dopamine way above baseline, unnaturally. Because we're built for dopamine spikes from living out in the wild, not from all of this technology, not from all of this decadence, not from all of these counterfeit comforts. And your brain is like, wow, that dopamine's really loud. It's screaming. And so your brain turns the volume down. It can't handle that level of intensity of dopamine secretion and the frequency of it. So it turns the volume down. What is that? It down regulates the number of receptors that pick up on dopamine. So you're less sensitive to it. You felt this. It's kind of like when you first start drinking and you're like, oh, I'm so drunk, one drink, and then you start drinking a lot. You're in college. You can put down 8, 10 beers, feel nothing because your sensitivity goes down. It's the same thing with dopamine. And because of that, you're less sensitive to the pressure. So you know this with pornography, you escalate, you have 20 windows open, more crazy pornography, rape porn, whatever it is. You need more novel stimulus to get there. And your baseline natural resting dopamine level comes lower. And because of that, life feels more dull, gray. It's the impotent lover, the grayed out lover from overuse. He's worn out. Work feels harder. And normal life things like playing with your kids, ravaging your wife, or just sitting next to her and loving her, not sexually, feels less engaging. You need more stimulation, you need more escalation just to feel normal. And you are exhausted. You ever had too much coffee and you feel more exhausted? That's what this is, but it's not just coffee that's doing it to you. But it's not that your energy is low. It feels like low energy because you have less dopamine. So there's less motivation. There's a lower baseline foundation of a resting dopamine level. So you have less initiative, less excitement to go do things, and you procrastinate. Everything feels more effortful. That's why you procrastinate. It feels hard. And that feels like fatigue, but it's actually low drive. 2, your nervous system is fried because of these high dopamine spikes. And think of sneaking porn. I started in 5th grade. It's exciting, right? That's stress. That's stress. That's dopamine spike. That's an adrenaline, noradrenaline spike, or epinephrine, norepinephrine, what you want to call it. That's cortisol. All of that stuff. Sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight activation. That is depleting for you. Your heart rate goes up. Your blood pressure goes up. Your blood pumps harder. And because it's smashing against the walls of the river, it's widening the river, but your arteries, the blood vessels aren't going to get wider. They're going to get thicker and harder to handle that intense pressure. And so you're living in fight or flight mode all the time, feeling wired, alert, on. This is the tired and wired that you come home with. I talked to Mike Salemi a couple of weeks ago. There's 3 different states we can come home with. We can feel tired and wired. We can be frantic, but not like, maybe not negative frantic, but it's like, I can't stop. I have all these things in my mind. I'm ready to get everything. Or we can be exhausted. All signs that you're here. And then you crash. The brain fog, the irritability, the low energy, the dad I just need a moment to rest, buddy. I'm so tired. Give me a minute to rest. And then instead of resting and rejuvenating, because there's a difference between resting passively and just sitting back, and then at the end of that not feeling any better, and rejuvenation that actually refills you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, while you stare at your phone. You come out the other side feeling guilty for wasting your time, for saying no to your kids, no to your wife, feeling more tired, more irritated, more disconnected. And dopamine changes how your brain perceives effort. The low dopamine state makes even small tasks, little ones seemingly insignificant, feel overwhelming. So you avoid challenges. And that whole list of things that your wife has asked you to do is now 20 things long sitting on the fridge. And there's a little bit of resentment. You feel that it's unfair that she keeps asking you. And she's like, why the fuck is he doing this? And so she stops trusting you. And you guys start to have little tit for tat fights. And then you default to easy things, easy hits like scroll, video games, porn, a snack, more coffee. I just like this breakfast, whatever it is. Your capacity for effort, for doing what's hard, shrinks. And that feels like exhaustion. You're the tired dad. We adopt the identity, we let it define us. This is just how parenthood is. And then your testosterone takes a hit. Because healthy dopamine function supports healthy testosterone, drive, confidence, compete. That feeds testosterone expression. You get slap your balls too. I had my blood test done at the beginning of 2025. My doctor was like, "Are you sure you're not on hormone replacement?" I've never seen a testosterone level in the 1000s of a man who wasn't. That's 39 years old. I was like, "No, I eat right. I get sun. Sometimes I put sun on my balls. I slap my balls. I meditate. I do breath work. I do everything I teach my guys." And I mastered my counterfeit comforts, my dopamine addiction. When dopamine's dysregulated, we have less pursuit. There's less intensity in real life. We have less edge. And the behaviors that we do when we're dope fiending, that porn, that scrolling, that junk food, that staying up late, that blasting ourselves with caffeine, working way too hard, all of it, and also turning away from connection and co-regulation with the people around us, all of those things lower testosterone directly. And testosterone is a vitality hormone. You want to feel alive, get your testosterone right, and try and do it naturally first. Like really try and do it naturally. Actually try. You're not tired because you're a dad. And yeah, I'll tell you, life is fucking hard to provide in this world, and then keep your marriage together, and then show up as the loving, playful, connected, empathetic, patient, present father that they need you to be. You're tired because your brain has been trained to chase the spikes, to reject effort, to live below baseline, below optimal, below ease, in a state of dis-ease. And that's no wonder why we end up with actual diseases physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So here's your training, guys. What do we need to do to get energy back? Really? It's not standing in your kitchen pouring another coffee, and I know it's fashionable. And John, I love you. Tired dad, I love you. Love you, man. Your work is so important. What do we actually need to do to get our focus, our presence, our play, our energy back? One, write this down. Remove your dope fixes and your counterfeit comforts. Do an inventory. What are all the things that I use to escape stress, to feel good? It's my guilty pleasure, all those things. What are the things that I'm not in control of that I find myself mindlessly doing? Scrolling, social media, TikTok, Snapchat, porn, big one. Incessant novelty. I'm going to go on Google and look at all the comic book articles. I'm going to go watch Marvel superheroes on TV. Caffeine, alcohol, drugs, snacks, adrenaline junk. Do you need to go ride a motorcycle as fast as you can to feel alive? Yeah, we want to work on that. I'm not telling you don't go ride your motorcycle. I love that. But we need to get a hold on the hormonal addiction, the chemical addiction part. Workaholism. What is it? List out your dopamine fixes right now. Start with one. Start with one. It's the first one we're going to do. It's the first one we're going to rewire. Write that down. Circle it. Email it to me. DM it to me. Tell your wife, tell your brothers, maybe not your physical familial brothers, but the guys who will hold you in integrity in your life. If you don't have those, come to me. I'm opening the Grit Collective, in April. Come into brotherhood. You're not built to go this alone. 2, rebuild baseline dopamine. Rebuild that foundation of that neurotransmitter. How do you do this? Get sunlight on your skin at least 10 minutes a day. If you can't, get yourself a Happy Light. Very high lux. Just go on Amazon, look up the Happy Light, get one, sit in front of it 10, 15, 20 minutes a day so that we can tell your body, oh, I'm getting sunlight. Get movement every single day. This is a foundational piece of the Order of Kings and Forge that we do. And it's not just go work out. Working out is great. Please go to the gym. One of the best things that you can do, because it's voluntary suffering. And it's that hardship that actually gives you the biggest dopamine. So we'll talk about that in a second. But do some yoga. There's nothing more effective. No, there's one thing more effective from a physical practice standpoint for mitigating the effects of stress, helping you work through and release trauma, and resetting your nervous system to coherence and centeredness instead of sympathetic fight or flight dominance. That yoga. You can do yin style, long stretches. Just go to my YouTube. I got all this stuff. We do it every day inside of the Order of Kings. We do it every day inside of Forge. Or Hatha, this hard shit. And I'm not telling you to go to some ladies' pop fitness yoga class. I'm telling you to do Hatha yoga. What does Hatha mean? It means forceful. That's not something I think about with yoga. It's hardcore. It's hard. It's what we do inside of the Kings. Qigong, most effective physical modality. Do this stuff. Do breath work. That literally shifts your state, not just box breath for a couple minutes, but something for 5, 10 minutes. Sit in stillness, learn to meditate, pray. All of the things that we live inside of the work, inside of the Order of Kings. 3, the more effort is involved, the more reward. Get in a cold plunge. Take a cold shower. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is enough. I think it's 5. Is it 5 or 10 minutes? I don't remember. And the temperature is around 45 degrees of spending time in a cold plunge. 250% boost in dopamine secretion. And it doesn't block your dopamine receptors, like we talked about. Difficult workouts. Hardcore yoga. Stretching. That's really hard. Most guys don't want that because it sucks. Meditation. Facing the hard things in your life. What's your biggest stressor right now? It's the thing you've been avoiding. Go face it. Overcome it. Play with your kids. Laugh. Smile. Hug them for 10 seconds every day. Look your wife in the eyes for 3 minutes a day. These are all natural things that 300 years ago would have just done every single day. This is how we get your energy back. And yeah, you got to eat right. You got to sleep. And I'm not talking about how much you sleep. It's about the efficiency of it, which means 10 hours before you go to bed, you should take your caffeine in. 3 hours before you go to bed, you should stop eating. 2 hours before you go to bed, turn your lights down, turn candles on. 1 hour before you go to bed, 0 devices and stimulation. Read a book. Talk to your wife. Look her in the eyes. Rub her feet. Make love to her. I don't care. By doing this stuff, we become hard to kill. We're strong, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, capable of protecting and providing, as we are called to do for our family, and easy to love, able to be present, and endlessly patient, and so grounded. And that means that we're not going to get shaken off of that patient, present, empathetic, feeling into place. That's being able to get on their level and feel into what's happening with your wife, not what's happening with you, not what you think about it. That, wow, I didn't know that you felt that way. That's how we get here. You're not exhausted because life is too much. You're exhausted because your brain is addicted to easy dopamine. It started when you were a child. You're stuck in the coping cascade of counterfeit comforts, of decadence, locked into this ongoing, never-ending stress response. That's exhausting you too. And thinking that it's just parenthood. It's not about the load. It's about how you carry it. So let's break this shit. Now let's just start with one obvious thing. I already had you made the list and do those commitments, but to open up your phone. I know on the iPhones you can go into your settings. We'll do this now while we're sitting here. Just don't look for anything. Just search screen time. There's a little function. It tells you exactly what's happening here. It'll tell you how much time you spend on your phone every day. How many hours are you on there? And if you click that, see all app and website activity in here. It tells you what apps you're using. Well, what did I do today? 20 minutes already today in Oak. That's meditation. 15 minutes in Spotify while I'm making coffee and making breakfast for the family. 11 minutes in Telegram with the Brotherhood. 11 minutes in music. That's breathwork. 7 minutes using my clock, journaling. 1 minute in Aura to see what's going on with my body. 1 minute in my Google Calendar. That's pretty good. Here's another thing. You can scroll down to your pickups. It'll tell you how many times you pick up your phone in a day. 47 yesterday. Okay, that's cool. Over a year ago, it was 110. How many times do you pick up your phone? It'll tell you how much you're picking it up without thinking about it. And then if you scroll down more, it'll tell you what app you open when you pick up your phone first. 7 messages yesterday. 7 Instagram. I work in Instagram. If you don't, well, you know what's getting you. Start there. Do the inventory. How many hours are you spending on your phone? How many pickups? Average guy, 3.5 hours on his phone every day. 2.5 hours on social media. Who doesn't work on social media? Most guys are shocked by this. Average man gets 2 hours with his family, his children specifically, each day, and gets 15 minutes of FaceTime with them. If you're getting 2.5 hours of FaceTime with your phone and social media, not just your phone, because you got to do stuff on there, but with social media, and you're getting 15 minutes with your kids, your priorities are out of whack. I'm not telling you your conscious priorities, your unconscious priorities. Pay attention to that. And there's no shame here. If you want accountability, email it to me, robert@robbiljr.com. DM it to me. Tell your brothers. I'm gonna take this time that I spend on my phone down. I'm gonna get my pickups down in half. Your phone isn't the problem. It's the addiction. It's the dopamine addiction that you're stuck in. It's the counterfeit comforts. It's that loop that you're stuck in. Phone isn't your problem. It's a tool, not a toy. Here's another thing. You open this thing up. I'm not going to take the case off. If you have an iPhone, it's got an apple on the back. An apple with a bite out of it. Fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? Everything's on here. You can know everything. It's not good for you. It's not the phone, it's what you're doing with it. It's a tool, not a toy. You're using it as a toy, very likely. Taking the edge off, numbing stress, escaping the hard things in life because you're addicted. I'm not judging you. Ignorance is bliss. Awareness invites responsibility. It's your nervous system asking for relief. That's why you're stuck on it. And so if you struggle with it, get yourself, it's called a mind sight. It's a little safe. You can put it in when you get home. Get yourself a brick that deactivates your phone for the hours that you choose, or just put it somewhere out of sight that you have to go work for it. Put it like up at the top of the closet. So when you're going to get that, you're going to catch yourself because like, man, I have to like climb up a chair to get this thing. Next, practice first. You need to make a practice of the things that give you natural dopamine hits and that make you feel good. You need to regulate the state. I'm going to tell you breath work. Heart-focused breaths, coherence breaths, 6 seconds in through the nose, 6 seconds out through the nose or the mouth, hand over your heart. Do this for 5, 10, 15 minutes every day. It initiates coherence in the nervous system. That's balance, what we call balance or groundedness in hippie and divine masculine speak. This is what turns on empathy because you secrete oxytocin when you do this. So it changes your brain waves from high beta stress to alpha, theta, and delta, which are the brain waves of connection and flow and actually feeling into the person that's in front of you. That's how you biohack this. And then when you get home at the end of the day, you're going to do 3 minutes of that before you walk in the house. Or you're going to go and pick up your phone. Here's the pattern interrupt. We'll use the BJ Fogg model. When I reach for my phone, I will stop and do 1 minute of breath work or 3 minutes of breath work first. And then I will celebrate by saying, fuck yeah, good job. Or by picking up my kids and giving my son the biggest hug ever and smelling his hair and saying, I love you. Whatever it is for you. There has to be a celebration component that good feeling is what rewires the brain and the dopamine cascade. Or maybe it's when I get the urge to read my phone, I will sit down and read for 5 minutes instead. I'll read a book. You're not just taking the habit out, you're replacing it with something else. This is how we learn to floss our teeth. I don't floss my teeth ever, I brush my teeth. Same thing. We have an anchor. The anchor is when I go to reach for my phone and when my phone's in my hand, I will do this instead. And then you have to do that, and then you have to celebrate. Next is the identity shift. And this is it, guys. There's so much going out of this mini training today. A distracted dad, an addicted dad, allows the exhaustion to get the best of him. It gets between him and his wife, his kids, and his life. A present dad isn't perfect. He still has moments where he's tired. He still has moments where he desires. But most of the time, he's able to catch that. And he resets himself instead. This is how you get your time back. It's how you get your energy back so that you can give it to the people that matter the most to you. Give you a lot today. One final thing, you do a simple Tabata, 8 rounds, 20 seconds of work, do push-ups, squats, burpees, 10 seconds of rest. That'll give you a hell of a dopamine hit. And it'll give you energy like you took a little nap. Meditation, minute for minute, just as restful, if not more restful as deep sleep. Do 20 minutes. It's no different than taking a nap, but you're conscious for it. That's it, guys. Email me, rob@robbailjr.com. Send me an Instagram DM. Tell me what you've taken out of this, what you're going to do with it. I'll hold you accountable. That's what I'm here for. And if you need support, look for the Grit Collective. It's coming out in April here. Don't do this thing alone. This isn't about discipline. It's not about willpower. It's not about just grinding through it and showing up as this exhausted shell of a man. Yes, you're going to be tired. Rent it. Don't own it. I feel tired. I'm not tired. Here's what I will do about it. Don't make it your identity. Instead, you are the patient, present, energetic, empathetic, loving, chivalrous, courting, devoted man and husband and father that they need and deserve, not the one else. This is legacy, guys. Thanks for being here. Have an uncommon day. Peace.